What would make you more interested in Canadian politics?
Some new leaders would be good, I think, of every party. That would pique my interest a bit more, to be honest. But
I can't be more interested in Canadian politics than I am now, because I am currently in this particular province having issues with the current majority government, and I've always been involved in Canadian politics, both in this province and in other provinces I've lived in, and certainly in federal politics.
I think integrity, honesty, making sure that it's real for people.
That's a tough one. I don't know how to answer that. My boyfriend and I are very two different people in the views of politics, and I just think people need to be better. Like, I just don't think we have really any good options right now. So I don't know. Just as a young person, it's hard to, get behind lots of the things that are happening in politics.
I've actually become more interested in politics the older I get. I used to just ignore all of that kind of stuff, but I've realized that it impacts my life. So I actually have been getting more interested in politics lately. So,
well, I think it would be helpful if the parties would present a vision of what they see the country, where they want to take the country. So presenting visions and then sticking to that and not waiting for the latest poll to come out and then developing a platform at that point. And if they would work together and talk to each other, that would be very helpful too. Like, forget the politics, let's just talk and try and solve problems.
That's a good question. I feel like if they advertised it more in school and talked about it more, then I feel like that could interest more kids about it and stuff. So I feel like if they advertised it in school or just online more, I feel like it'd be better. And, just better for people.
Yeah, same thing with what he said. They need to make it be more reachable towards young people because they're the next voters. And if they don't do that, then nobody would want to vote because why should I vote? Is it really going to make a difference? I'm one person.
I don't know. I feel like currently there's not a big appeal to the younger generation. Like myself, I'm able to vote in the next election, and I feel as of right now, I don't really have a lot of information as to who to vote for. So the problem sort of becomes it's who my friends are voting for, and I'm not able to make a choice about what I want to do. So I think a big change, if I really wanted to get into it, would just to be to appeal to the younger generation, because that makes up a huge part of it, right?
I guess more forums, like more open forums in where I live, because sometimes just watching TV doesn't do it for me. I want to be able to hear them speak more, like more one-on-one. I'd like to have that more where I live. I think that would be something I'd like.
I think I would be more interested if we did like the long form of politics as opposed to the TikTok of politics. I follow all of the major politicians to just see what they say and what they put out there. And I think that if someone was actually able to answer a question and have like an elaborate answer as to why they think something as opposed to just a punch in the face, I'd be much more interested in watching and listening and being involved.
I'm already pretty interested in Canadian politics, to be honest. I think what would make me a little bit more interested it's just to like maybe be able to feel like I could see my impact. Sometimes I feel like it's really hard. Like we place a vote and you can really feel like your vote doesn't matter. If I could I don't know how they would do this, but if they could find a way to make me feel like what I'm doing is actually affecting my community, that would make me feel more involved.
Well, I think there's a lot going on right now, and I don't think that it takes much more to get interested in the way things are going in Parliament, with all the debates, the very heated debates. I think they're quite entertaining. So I don't think there needs to be much more that should get people interested into politics. But I mean, good leadership looks boring, right? So I mean, we hope that we can get good leadership so that people just go back to their regular lives.
Just knowing where to find the party platforms and having a very clear, this is what we want to do, this is what we're going to do to try to accomplish that, instead it just kind of gets lost in sensationalized news articles.
Well, if they quit fighting and came forward with some decent policies that would help the country rather than just arguing with each other.
So the negative discourse turns people away?
Turns me off.
Turns me off too.
Yeah. No, I'd like to see, well, first of all, I'd rather see the Conservatives in power, but Pierre Poilievre's not coming up with any good solutions either. He's just tax the tax. Well, that's pretty silly. I mean, they can do that, but then what's he going to do? So everybody needs a platform and a policy to run on, and some way of making the country better for the future rather than just fighting at the moment. So